Welcome to online sessions of Heat Transfer and Fluid Lab. This is experiment number 11, determination of coefficient of discharge of a given venturimeter. This is the venturimeter setup, which has 3 tubes with varying diameters. The top one is the 3-inch pipe, the next one is the 2-inch, and the last bottom one is the 1-inch pipe. Venturimeters are used to measure the flow. As the term meter means measure. So by using a venturi, we try to measure the flow of a liquid in a pipe. Here, the overhead tank supplies the water to this, and there is a constant head on the water flow, and the water flows through the pipe without any accumulation at any part. The venturimeter has both convergent sections and the divergent sections, and this part is called as the throat. You can now clearly see that the diameter of the pipe is reducing, and it reduces to 0.6 diameter of the original size here. So you can find that if it is a 3-inch pipe, the diameter of the throat is 0.6 into 3 inches. We know, as per the Bernoulli's principle, that the pressure is inversely proportional to the velocity. We know that as the water starts to flow, the water will have low velocity here because here the diameter is larger. Since the diameter is smaller here, the velocity will be low. So therefore, since the velocity is high at this point and than this point, so there will be a drop in pressure, and that drop in pressure can be measured by using a manometer which is filled with mercury. So you can see that the tube before the convergent section goes to the left side, and now the tube which is at the throat goes to the right side. So right now, since there is no flow, the mercury level is the same on both the sides. For the water to be continuous in the pipe, to avoid the air bubbles, so we have to release the water in this way, so that all the air bubbles are removed from the system and the actual head is transferred to the manometer without any error. In this lab, we are supposed to find the coefficient of discharge, which is the ratio of Q actual to Q theoretical. Q actual can be found out by measuring the water flowing into the tank, which has a dimension of 1 meter into 0.5 meter, and here is a piezometer which actually measures the amount of water collected in the tank from outside, because it has the same head. Knowing that the length of the tank is 1 meter, the breadth is 0.5 meter, the height of water collected could be found out. Divided by time would give us the flow rate actual. Are the pipe areas, cross-sectional areas at the convergent section and at the throat, and G is acceleration due to gravity, H is the head of water in meters. This equation gives the answer in meter cube per second, like Q actual. Various trials can be conducted by varying the amount of flow by using these valves. These valves are marked with paint here. You can rotate it by half revolution and 1.5 revolution and maybe 2.5 revolutions to vary the amount of flow. Right now the valve is closed, no flow, and therefore the pressure head at the throat and at the convergent section is the same, and therefore the mercury level shows equal. So when I open the valve by half a revolution, the water starts flowing, and therefore the water starts flowing in this pipe, and therefore the water will have more velocity here at the throat, and therefore that pressure shows the rise in mercury level on the right side. Initially the collecting tank valve is open, and therefore you need to close this so that you can start collecting the water. So as you now open this by half a revolution, and you note down the difference in the manometric height here, and then you can now see the water rising. So the water is here. Now for the first of the 5 centimeter of the water to rise, let us take the time needed. Now it has taken 18, 19, 20, 21 seconds for the water to rise. Therefore, the actual volume of water collected is the length of the tank and the breadth of the tank, which is shown here, multiplied by the height, which is actually the 5 centimeter height, which gives the volume of the water collected in 21 seconds. So, which gives meter cube per second, which is the flow rate actual. Q theoretical can be found out by using this formula, where A1, A2 are the area of the cross section at the convergent side and the throat. You can do various trials by trying to open the rotation of the discharge valve, and the manometric difference in heights could be measured in centimeters, which is convenient, and then converted into meters by using this formula. The difference is multiplied by 12.6, which is the difference in the specific gravity of water and the mercury, divided by 100 to get it in meters. Find out Q actual. Let us measure the time in seconds with 10 centimeter rise or 5 centimeter rise, whichever is convenient to us. And then Q actual is found out, Q theoretical is found out. The ratio of Q actual and Q theoretical gives us the theoretical coefficient of discharge. The coefficient of discharge. The actual discharge is always less than the theoretical discharge, so the CD value is always less than 1. It could be from 0.9 to 0.98.